The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Looking to throw on second down. Winston. It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a first down.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
Well, with that incompletion, Charles, let's talk about the coaching carousel. Some new guys in new places. Ron Rivera to Washington. We got Mike McCarthy in Dallas. Matt Rule up from the college ranks to Carolina. And for the Giants, Joe Judge. Any surprises in your mind?
Well, I think you start with Joe Judge going to the Giants, coming from New England, where he was the special teams coach for most of his career, and this season added wide receivers to his duties. Well regarded within the ranks of the NFL. Not much known about him to the outside world. It's kind of a reveal to everyone. Joe Judge, people will now get to know who he is, because most people thought Matt Rule was going to go to New York. He ends up in Carolina. And then, of course, Ron Rivera, he would have been a candidate for Dallas. He would have been a candidate for New York, as well as Washington. And Washington never let him out of the building. That's a big-time hire for them.
This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On third down, Winston. Complete to Jones. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. Now a first down carry by Jones. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Well, this has been a good march down the field, but now they're stuck looking at a 2nd and 14. And they try to sweep to Jones. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up third down. And now they're looking for 19 yards here on third down following 2 negative plays. From the shotgun, it's Winston. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's fourth down. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it.
Don't say nothing.
Now Winston on 4th down. That is caught. It's Perriman. They go for it on 4th down, and it pays off big time as they pick up 29. On 1st and 10, Winston. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. The sack by Harold Landry, the former Boston College Eagle.
And we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Got an extra defensive back out there for the Titans now here for third down. From the gun, Winston. Godwin's got it. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Chris Godwin, 26 yards. And the Bucs have taken the lead.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front. And now, see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this second quarter. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust?
And got his man complete. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts, as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number one. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Tannehill. They'll get this one into the hands of Lewis. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Tannehill now hitting on 80% of his passes in the early going. 8 of 10. It's first down.
Go! Check my 45.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jordan Whitehead. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go for verticals, because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You just feel it.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Logan Ryan. And he will be brought down as time has now run out on this first half of action. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told, as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And last time, one-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Daquan Jones fighting his way home to get the sack.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you're doing a big way, and what else do you have to look?
And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. He's at the 40, 20, 10, for touchdown, Tampa Bay. O.J. Howard, 94 yards as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, second half, no matter what. Whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
On second down and 4, Tannehill. And that's incomplete.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Hey, Sam off.
A shotgun snap for Tannehill. Buying time to his left. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 47. Well, CD, with the end of the season comes the announcement of the All-Pro team, and everybody was like, wait a second, Christian McCaffrey's listed twice. Is that a mistake? No, he got it both at running back and flex. Pretty impressive.
Very impressive, because I think a lot of people thought that if you have a running back and a flex position, that maybe Christian McCaffrey would go into the flex because he catches the ball so well. And you would go ahead and elevate the big guy out of Tennessee, Derrick Henry, to the All-Pro running back. Henry ends up being a second-team guy, but McCaffrey deserves being first-team running back as well as first-team flex. He had a tremendous, spectacular year.
And as you might imagine, Baltimore leads the way. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Ronald Jones, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the interception by the Bucs D leads to a touchdown. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They trail here by 24 points. Got to get going soon, you'd have to think, as they come up 1st and 10. Here's the former Heisman winner. It's Derrick Henry. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
On 2nd and 9, Tannehill eluding the pressure right. Incomplete.
You know they wanted, you know they expected. They needed him to be sharp coming out after the half. Unfortunately, he's missed his first 3 throws. I wonder if he got out late and missed his warm-up time.
The whole team did come out a little bit later than usual. I don't know, maybe there's something to that.
Must have been a heck of a halftime speech.
Yeah, maybe just trying to rally the troops back from this deficit.
Go!
From the gun on 3rd down, Tannehill. He's going to air one out. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
And we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. And Tannehill staying out there. They're going to go on 4th down. They're going to go. It's Tannehill. He gets it to Brown. Complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 17 yards on that play for the Titans. They'll fake it. Now Tannehill. That is caught. It's Tajay Sharp. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Give him 16 yards there. A Tennessee first down. Tannehill now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Steps away to his left. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
60 outlaw. Hey, high 7.
To throw again on 2nd down. Tannehill flushed out right. Towards the end zone for Brown. Got a man, and it's taken in for a Titans touchdown. A.J. Brown, 41 yards. And the Titans are able to close the gap just a bit. The extra point splits the uprights, and that cuts the lead to 28-14. Joseph now to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he probably should have stayed in the end zone as he'll muster a return up to only the 14-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Jameis to throw it. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense. Mike, 55. Right there in the middle. 55.
On play action, Winston. Open man is Godwin. It's complete. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
49, check 49, check 49. Hey, let's go.
They'll run with a former Tar Heel, T.J. Logan. And he's going to get hit at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Ready? Black 25. Hey, 5 on the 50. Let's go.
Throwing on second down. Winston looking for Perriman there. He's got him. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. That's good for a Buccaneer first, to pick up of 12 yards. Winston now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Jones. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Ready? Black 25 behind. 55. Hey, stop.
Now on 2nd and 13. Winston. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 15 yards as Tampa Bay picks up the first. So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. And trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Check 13. Check 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. No. Flip it.
Again, it's Jones. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. The Bucs on 3rd down. They have been superb. 5 for 6 to this point. This is 3rd down and 12. Now Winston. He'll let this go for the end zone. And Evans hauls it in. Touchdown, Bucs. Mike Evans, 50 yards as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
No grounding call there. He had a receiver near the right sideline. It was pretty clear there. He just needed to get rid of that one.
And he did have a receiver in the area, but initially my view was obstructed, and I thought that was going to be grounding, but clearly the correct call made, and that is no call.
Is that why you threw your play sheet down? Is that why you did it? Was that the flag?
You can't be giving me up. I got a lot of issues up here in the booth. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
Tighten up.
On first down, it's Tannehill. flush to his right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just one remaining here in this fourth quarter. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done.
Joker, 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 Joker. Sponge, sponge, sponge. No, no, no. Check, 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 check. Check, check, check. Check 26, check 26. Recon, 132 fighter, fight.
Now it's Tannehill. Complete. This is Lewis. A gain of 37. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the fourth, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. Out of the gun, Tannehill. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. It's Devin White, the linebacker. And he'll be stopped shy of the 15 at the 14-yard line on the return. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. That turnover might just about do it here. Fourth quarter, the lead that you've got, they can just run the football, run the clock.
Exactly right. They played smart. A couple of first downs.
And he's going to be taken down. Sacked back at the 2. Harold Landry able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
Well, if an offense is going to throw the ball on this part of the field, any pass rusher will tell you that's his favorite part. Gets a chance to get after the quarterback. It's almost like a reverse red zone. They can create points using their defense, and this time they take their man down.
It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
To throw is Winston. Over the middle, he finds Godwin, complete. And he takes it all the way up to the 45-yard line. A big play that time for Tampa Bay. 45 yards. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. And you have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. Here's Winston, and he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Give him maybe a yard, quite the opposite from the previous big gainer.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Logan Ryan. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, NFL quarterbacks have learned the hard way. You're not going to get rich throwing against this guy. He's definitely too good. And this is now his second interception of the ball game. And if I'm running the offense, I've got to tell my guys, you've got to go work on the other corner.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that.
And down he goes. A Buccaneer sack. Jason Pierre-Paul picks up his second sack of the afternoon. To try again after the sack. Tannehill. And caught by Henry. And they'll bring him down right around the 13. Call it a gain of 5. And it's going to be 3rd down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14.
3 bucks.
Here's Tannehill. They'll roll him out right. And that one drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense is well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
And now here is another interception. Carlton Davis picks it. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. The interception.
How many of y'all came to win?
Oh, they asking my name, huh?
You ready?
S-T-R-O, I ain't come to play with you.
Yeah.
Life challenging, but I wouldn't trade with you. It's early, I'm up.
Yeah.
I can't spend the day with you. I'm minding my business. I ain't getting paid with you. My color bright. I ain't finna fade with you. Man, I gotta come clean like I'm made with you. I've been on my everybody drop when I drop. Look at shorty, she support, bruh. Lifting up. Never not on my grind. New York City time. Another brother better, you will never find. I've been in my bag like groceries. Competition shouldn't take shots, take notes, please. Reporting live from the winning side. Ready to try, keep a different vibe. Is you down the ride, never tired. You will never know, you ain't never tried. Work it out, hit the gym, hit the field. Hey, yo, I need that. Big chips, man, I need that. Hustle hard. On the job, you can see that. On my head is real good. We don't need your feedback. They clear the way with my crew coming through. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Now what I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Yeah. Beats, leave it in the street. Case on the news.
What I do? Lace up my shoes, chase W's. Great color coops. Oh no, I can't be number 2. MVP the league most valuable. They sweet as apple juice. Talking trophies, I didn't grab the few. Can't match this attitude. I wear my heart on my sleeve, please. I move like the wind, can't catch this breeze, freeze. Stop you in your tracks, there's not no preseason. We seeking W's like Tupac used to throw up. Forget it, might as well forfeit. Your team shouldn't even show up. What you wanna be when you grow up? They used to ask me. Naturally, I chose an athlete. Competition never matched me. We ain't go together like camouflage and polka dots. Focus on your position, just know your spot. Sure, don't stop. It's a long season. They planning on winning for the wrong reasons. Trying to get my number retired. Can't let these frauds beat us. I figured out the recipe. Never let opponents get the best of me. I'm focused on my legacy.
I need that. Big chips, man, I need that. Hustle hard. On the job, you can see that. On my head is real good. We don't need your feedback. They clear the way with my crew coming through. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Now what I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Yeah. Beats, leave it in the street. Case on the news.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League takes us to the City of Angels, Los Angeles, California. The City of Angels showing it can be loud and raucous. This was the scene a moment ago as the home squad emerged from the tunnel. They're ready for football and ready to watch their Rams do battle with the Atlanta Falcons. Greg Zuerlein, the Rams kicker, approaches, kicks it off, and here we go from Los Angeles. So they will accept the penalty and move forward.
Get ready. Get ready. on, Mike. Ready, blue 80. Like 25.
Now Ryan going to give it to Freeman. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Ram territory. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Here's Ryan. Escaping the pressure right. He's got Freeman here. It's complete. And all the way down to the 10-yard line. It's a big play there for Atlanta. And even 40 yards. So now following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10. From the gun, it's Ryan. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Aaron Donald. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. Here's Ryan to throw. Caught by Jones. A nice job to get 11 out of that pass play, but now they face a 3rd and goal.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
The Ram fans in this old stadium on their feet. 3rd and goal.
Let's go, D, let's go. Guys. Get there. 58, boy, 58. Come on. Gotta do better.
From the shotgun, Ryan. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
And this one is right through. Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
Good work, boy. Let's go. Let's go.
Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
On 2nd and 7, Goff. He's letting it fly, and that's caught inside the 30. Goff finding Cooks on a big play, 49 yards.
Well, we spent a lot of time exalting the offensive masterminds in this game, right? They draw up these beautiful plays. They look so perfect up on the board. But occasionally, sometimes you just say, throw it up and let him go get it. How about that play?
Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a 1st down again. You think back to the Super Bowl against New England, the Rams never even got into the red zone in that game. And now here they are in the red zone on their opening drive with a 1st down. On 1st and goal, Gurley. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. Now that sends them 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. Goff now looking to throw. Going to flare this one out to Gurley in the flat. They'll wind up getting 7 on the completion, but they'll still be faced now with a 3rd and goal situation. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it, they love it, because now everyone gets locked in. The confidence jumps up.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Taking it in from 2 yards out, and the Rams have taken the lead. Zerline connects on the extra point, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. Corey Littleton there on the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a gain of 16, 1st down Falcons. On the heels of that good carry by Devontae Freeman, here's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. And it's hauled in by Austin Hooper.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. That gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs.
Well, partner, if we had their entire playbook in front of us, I'm not sure we would have picked out that play as the one to run in that situation. How about the guts of the offensive coordinator dialing that one up and to great success?
Kill, 61, max box, light.
They'll throw on 1st down with Ryan. Jones has it. And now running right through it. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports.
We got 3, we got 3, fellas, we got 3. Back 25. Hey, white.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Ryan. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
There's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. Eighth play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Ryan, and he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. 14 yards there and a Falcon 1st down.
Ready, blue 80, 51, down, back 25. Check 1-3. Ready to go.
On 1st down, it's Freeman. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down. The Falcons on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. On third down, Devontae Freeman. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. Just a yard, but that's all they needed. And by the slimmest of margins, it'll be first and goal. So another third down conversion, and now they've got him. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Aaron Donald able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
That I'm struggling to understand a little bit. That close to the goal line, first down, run the football. If you want to throw it, throw some play action on second down.
Hey, 59, ready. 51. Hey, box truck. Go.
After the sack on first down, Ryan. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. Would have put him in the lead, but hold that thought.
Yeah, the celebration had to stop, didn't it? Because now you're on a real uptick. You're in the lead. Instead, you're still behind. Have to find a way to regroup.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. From the gun, Ryan. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Eric Weddle. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. They'll start out on the ground with Gurley. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. First down, Los Angeles there with a pickup of 14 yards. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Goff. He gets it to Cooks. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
Got what he needed for the first down with a gain of 2. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
Now a throw left sideline here is complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. A good pickup there of 20 yards. Goff in the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's completed all 7 of his passes thus far. Now Goff. And the open receiver, it's Robert Woods. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Now Goff will hand this one to Gurley. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That'll go as a loss of 5. And they're going to have a 3rd down. Out of the gun. Goff. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
So here we go. The offense is going to stay out there. They're going for it on 4th and 8. They go ahead and snap it. Gone. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. 21 yards there. A big play on 4th down.
Well, the field goal attempt was well in hand. They had that, but they decided to go for it anyway. Extreme confidence, it looks like.
Yeah, but I bet the defense is going to remember this one, right? They kind of rubbed their nose in it. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Todd Gurley with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Rams tack on to their advantage. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Well, look at the clock here. You're inside of a minute. The first half hasn't gone that well for you. How are you going to play this drive?
Well, I've been told by my coaches previously that the intelligent approach, go ahead and run out the clock and start over. Don't make any more mistakes. But there's also something to understanding that you get this last drive here. You get the ball to start the second half. Try and go 2 for 1 here. Get some points now and come out of the locker room and get more points again and get your momentum really built up.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Ryan. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory.
You're trailing. You're trying to get points late in the half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Here's Goff. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And it's caught for a Rams touchdown by Brandon Cooks. Brandon Cooks, 42 yards. And the Rams tack on to their advantage. Zerline good with a PAT. And the lead is up to 18 now. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
On 2nd and 11 now. Ryan airing it out, looking for Ridley. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Nikel Roby-Coleman.
At their own 20-yard line.
The L.A. offense ready to go for their next drive. And you got to think, if this is anything other than just taking a knee, I'd be very surprised.
Yeah, they've got enough to talk about at the half.
And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far, as we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Rams going to get the football first here, and they look to build on their lead as the second half gets started. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spend the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing...
Trying to find Cup, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the third quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break, taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up second and 7.
A fake to Freeman. Now it's Ryan. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Jalen Ramsey. And they finally put it into this return, but not before he's all the way down to the 37. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Time to establish the run game here. Gurley. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Goff. And that's complete to Cooks. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Now Goff. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Isaiah Oliver with the INT. Woods, the intended receiver.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Defense and just